And we're back after a very long break on Passt X Balestier Khalsa. Got the full squad here, and I'm delighted to have that with me. Got Kel here. He's just come back from climbing the Mount Kinabalu. How's it?
Oh, it was pretty good. It was pretty good, and really happy to be back here for Passt X Balestier Khalsa. But enough for me, man. We got two guys here.
Before that, we still got one more person standing in the
Oh,
back.
right. One more person. Oh,
Sarah.
Sarah with the blind
Now
spots.
she's well. The last time she was here, she had COVID. She couldn't be part of the show.
Right.
Yeah, so now she's all well and hearty.
Smiling.
Sarah, a few words.
Good to be back.
Woman with few words, yeah?
Yeah.
Very good. Very
Very
rare.
rare.
Yeah, very rare.
I think she's just shy.
Yeah. But we will have her back again.
Yeah, we'll have her back again for her famous Sarah segment. Yeah. That's something we're looking forward to. I think it'll be very, very interesting this week. What she's got planned for our guests. And let's introduce the guests.
But we got two very special guests today. You might not see them, or you might see them, or you already know them.
One fella doesn't need any
introduction. The list goes on, but these guys, I feel, they are men behind the scenes, and also the men, laying the foundation, I would say,
for the future.
for the future. So without ado, man, Russ.
Yeah, so one person, he actually has appeared on our show, Passt, with Russ.
Yes.
Yes, and he's famous for scoring a goal against Manchester United and pissing off Roy Keane.
It was rumored that I think Roy Keane probably knows his name or knows him personally, or probably went up to him at halftime. We never know.
Yeah.
But not only United, I think scored against Uruguay,
yeah.
Japan,
Yeah.
Denmark.
One of the nation's best strikers ever.
Yes, that's right. And that man himself, the all-time favorite striker of Singapore, Mr. Indra Sahdan.
Good evening. It's good to be on the show. Something new for me.
Something new.
I mean, sitting four of us here, and then
The last time we did it was on Zoom. Yeah.
So it's a good experience for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so the next person who's beside me is actually the head of youth
That's right.
at Balestier Khalsa, so it's a big deal.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's why I say laying the foundations,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah,
for
yeah.
future Tigers,
Yeah.
playing for the club, this man is responsible for it, Mr. Firdaus Salleh.
Firdaus.
Hi, good evening everyone. I'm Firdaus Salleh. For this year, I think I pick up this role of HYD. Hopefully, I give my best to the club. And great to work with Indra and the other coaches.
Alright. So Firdaus, you've already mentioned you're the head of youth. And I just want to understand this a bit better. So do you set how the teams are going to play, all the youth teams are going to play, or is that something you and Peter set and then you implement and make sure all the coaches follow this philosophy or a style of play? Do you all do that? Or do you leave it to the individual coaches to set that style of play and tactic and all that?
Actually, for the youth setup, it's good that we follow our SPL team. Okay, as much as possible, we try to imitate or to go close as possible to play like our SPL. So, especially we start from Indra team, it's under 21, and follow with under 17, then follow with under 15.
Who's the under 17 coach?
The under 17 coach will be Abdul Musawi, who will be taking the under 17 team. So I'll be taking 15, and then Indra will be taking under 21 team for this year.
Okay.
Just a question: do you guys replicate the tactics as well? So what Peter is trying to do with the senior team?
Yeah, how he sets up his
how
team.
he sets up his team and how he wants to play, and does he give you instructions or guidance okay, this is what I'm looking at for Balestier Khalsa, and then from there you set a structure for all the youth teams?
Like I said, we try to go as close as possible. Okay, that's what SPL team did. But I think with from Indra squad, the under 21 must be as close as possible to the SPL team because most of his players will go up, okay, and be part of the SPL team. So it will be good that what he teach the player, okay, will be in line with what Inter wants
Right.
in SPL.
Right. Interesting. So going on to the first question for Indra, under 21 coach now,
Head coach?
I think coaching is not something alien to you. You've done it for a couple of years, I think, right now.
You coached him as well.
Yeah, also coached me. But that we saved that for a different day. He has no comments. He has no comments. So Indra, just tell us how did this move to Balestier Khalsa come about? Like, how did you decide, or how did this happen?
Uh, well, I think people know that previously I was in Tanjung Pagar. I was actually out of this football line for quite some time. And then Alam Shah has always been, calling me, asking me to come back because, I still owe Singapore for what I have achieved. So he told me that it's time for me to at least give back to the younger generations. Having said that, so I decided to join Tanjung Pagar last year. Under Alam Shah's guidance, I picked up a lot of things, in terms of coaching, which I never did before because last year with Tanjung Pagar was a real eye-opener for me, professional setup. Like I mentioned, in terms of backroom stuff, coaching, not as in like a player.
Right.
So when the year ended, Darwin called me, and as you know, I'm very close to Darwin. We went back many years back. We even came from the same school. Yeah, we came from the same school.
It's a big shout out to St Andrews. They're all St Andrews boys.
Hey, up and on.
Yeah, so I was very happy. We spoke about this actually many years back also. Darwin has always asked me to take coaching, and I delay. And it's good that he's been very patient, still waiting.
But eventually he got his man.
Eventually, I got to work with him, this year.
Right.
And it has been a very good journey for me. At Tanjung, it was a different setup, different culture, and at Balestier, another different culture, which it is advantage for me because I always take all the good ones and then the not so good ones I just leave it aside. Yeah.
Were you also like the under 21 coach? Were you involved in the under 21 setup at Tanjung Pagar, or this is your were you just like a first name coach there, and then when you transitioned here, you?
No. When I was at Tanjung Pagar, I was assisting with the under 15 team.
Okay.
So that whole year I was assisting the under 15 team, and then I also joined the SPL team. Me and Alam Shah did some work with the strikers there.
Right.
And then only this year is my first year being the head coach of the under 21 team.
Right. And how is it going for you so far? Right now, after you make that move, you're under 21 coach right now. We see you at games,
Taking the team for
warm-ups and
senior
stuff.
players to warm up. Yeah.
So how has it been the overall experience right now?
I mean, I've been fortunate. The place in the under 21 team, which was given to me by Haris was last year, and then by Coach Firdaus, very talented bunch of players. I didn't have any difficulty getting players. I think 80-70% of them were already in Balestier. So I just brought in a few more players from outside to just make my full squad.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So under 21, not so easy there, Russ.
Yeah, one question for you is, during your playing time, were you ever close to joining Balestier? Did you receive any offers to join Balestier?
Honestly, I did not. Honestly, I did not receive any offer from Balestier during my playing time. So that's my honest answer. No. Yeah.
Okay, we have our first question here from Lingesh. Hi Lingesh, good to see you. Great to have you back. Your question is, I always wonder, do the youth teams have diet plans and other activities planned for them? And he also says, hi Indra, nice to see you back in the football scene. Yes, So Lingesh is one of our avid listeners. He's always there. Indra, so yes, so to answer the question, or maybe Firdaus can handle this as a head of youth. Any like diet plans or any other like activities to maybe guide these youth players.
We did educate them what to eat. Okay, but like I said, nowadays, I think especially in Singapore, we have, I think our youth players have a long day at school.
Right.
And probably they have a lot of activities outside. So as a coach, what we can do is we just educate them. We did some presentation last year on nutrition to give a rough idea to players where what they can eat, what they
should avoid.
But I mean, the food in Singapore is so tempting, man.
But
Every other block you see a coffee shop, and then you will like,
Yeah, but like I said also, a quality food or a good food,
Right.
it a bit costly
Right.
for these boys to
Yeah,
consume.
you're right.
So again, how much we can try to get the best meal for them
Right.
or for themselves, it will be good. Okay, but it's as you know, most of them will spend their time eating outside. So it's better for us to educate the right food, what they're supposed to eat, and as a player itself, individual, okay, they need to be more disciplined on choosing their food.
I mean, talking about youth players, I think even the senior players, they go out and they have.
McDonald's.
I mean, I'm not saying whatsoever, but like coming to diet plans and stuff. I think if you keep that in mind and be disciplined about it, that's where you'll be on.
That makes a difference.
That makes a difference
From,
to your,
I mean,
yeah,
I feel you start young
yeah.
and then you bring it out throughout your
Right
career.
now. So
Yeah.
that's why I think Lingesh posted a good question here.
And
Um,
here's got one for Coach
There's one more for Coach
Ali Shafai.
Alif Shafai says, "Hi, Coach Fair."
Hello,
Yes.
Alicia Bay, my ex-teammate, our ex-teammate.
Right. Oh,
Is it Shafai or Shafai? It's
Shafin. Oh, right. Sorry to pronounce the name.
Peter.
And we have the big boss here, Peter. Good to
I
see you.
was evening.
Indra, do you? Okay, this is for you. Yeah. Do you ever play football, tennis at training? And so, how did you go last? No, wait.
How did you go
And
last
if
time?
so, how did you go last time you played? So, did you play football, tennis in training? And how did you fare the last time you played?
Coach, why you hanging dirty laundry online?
He's watching it.
I think the first time I played with him was in KL. And I think I pulled my hamstring playing with him. Coach Peter, a very driven guy,
Right.
You have to push yourself when you play with him. So I almost did my hamstring when I was in KL.
Just by playing football, tennis.
Yeah, just by playing football
It
tennis.
was that competitive, yeah.
Very competitive.
Was there any like side bets or like okay, if you lose, you're gonna have to do something?
No side bets, but still the competitiveness in him. I mean, it's good. It rubs on to all the players. Even like today, we had football tennis in the morning, and everybody was fighting to win the tournament in this morning.
Right.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
That's good.
So
Who won this morning?
Coach Peter's team won.
Who's in the team?
Coach Peter was with Wailun and Madu. So the final was with us, me, Masa, and Ignatius.
Oh, tough match, yeah.
Tough match.
But that's why Peter pulled that
Some more
question.
questions here. Not questions lah. Hello, hi's.
Okay, we have
Ideal
Ideal Dan. Ideal Dan say hello, coach. And then we have Ideal. Oh, he did that.
Same guy saying hello, Coach Phil.
Okay, and then we have one more.
Amir Nelly.
Yeah, Amir Nelly. Coach, just now CCA do what?
I don't know which coach is referring to, but
CCA is the one in school, right?
yeah.
Or is there?
Anyway, we have a collaboration with Firdaus Salleh. So
Oh.
I'm also heading
Oh,
Firdaus
right.
Secondary School. Yeah, so
Is it
that's one
the
of
national
the
school
point.
games now?
I think for the BT it's already over.
Was
Now
that
we are preparing the
until-
CD.
Is it who won the BD?
Singapore Sports.
Oh, Singapore.
Sports coach. played against
That's
DK.
correct. Yeah.
Right. But that's interesting. Do you like then, like maybe like while watching these B division or C division games, do you like see some like good talent and you're like, hey, do you want to like come try on Balestier Khalsa or something?
Yeah, we do. Obviously, when we at the NSG game, we saw some talents out there. Obviously, we invite them to the club.
Right.
Okay, some of them make it to the club, and some of them probably not in the teams because of the commitment.
Right.
Outside is partly is because of the education.
Right.
And then I think, like I said, they spend more time in school,
Right.
so they are not able to commit in training. So, like I said, this is a bit sad for our football.
Right.
So again, like I not normally have this player, how we can help them by managing their education
Right.
and their football.
But do you find that I feel like compared to maybe our younger days we like parents were like more okay, go to education, go to study. But now I feel like yes they do emphasize on education, but parents are more open to sending their kids to like football academies, doing more sports. Do you find that or it's like
Yeah, I think the era is a bit different nowadays. I think during our time,
yeah.
yes, we still have parent support.
Yeah.
Okay, but like for me, I always find my way in football.
Okay.
If I want to do that.
Right.
So, like I said, my parents just back me up from far
Uh-huh.
and just wish me luck in football, and the rest is for me trying to give my best in football and try to achieve what I want. But for now generation, I think is different is because we need the parents to really give
Right.
full support to the
Correct.
kids.
Correct.
It's because of I think now the main important thing is the education.
Right.
So we need parents who are really passionate with the sports
Right.
to encourage their kids to be part of the sports and
Correct.
how they can balance and juggle between football and education.
Yeah,
that
it's not-
is the
it's not
challenging
easy.
part for us as
100%,
coaches.
100%.
Coaches.
100%. So back to Indra here. So we all know you are this great striker playing in Singapore football, over 200 goals as league, or is that more?
No.
200. Okay, we put it as 200. Cap. Plus minus, plus minus. So how do you describe coaching younger players right now? So like, you have to because they're definitely different from what you were growing up. How would you now? What is your tactic or what's your technique of handling younger players, coaching them? Do you have to be a friend to them?
I can only say to what I experienced. When I was taking the under 15 boys, it was more of a bit more disciplinarian, and then lesser on the friendly side, because that's where you set your discipline in the team. We cannot be too friendly, especially with the under 15s and stuff. Yeah, because kids nowadays, they are more open.
Yeah.
They will speak back to you. They will talk back to you. So that's why I learned the 15s when I was taking. You have to be more strict.
Right.
But when I came here, when I took the 21, it was more like a diplomatic role.
Okay.
Where when we reason with them, you give them examples. You talk to them nicely. Most of the time, you will work.
Right.
But then again, one or two individuals, you still have to go hard on them.
Right.
So it's a lot about man management.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm very fortunate here. I have Coach Peter, who is very experienced in this. So I sit down and maybe ask. Sometimes I ask how do you talk to these players.
Right.
So he's been very helpful in sharing his knowledge.
And guiding you.
Yes, correct.
Right. So I know that definitely we have coached me before, and I noticed that you have actually shared a lot of your personal experience as a player. Do you still do that to your team and you share with them? Okay, like parts of the game maybe in the halftime not doing too well. You see maybe the striker needs a bit of And then do you share like your experience and say, okay, maybe
Of course I do, because players will buy your ideas if they are really convinced.
Right.
If you just tell them some stories, they will somehow know that you are lying. So that's when
they call you out, huh? They call you out.
they will find a way to really find that you lied to them.
Okay.
So it's best to just be honest with them. Things that you know you can share, you will share with them.
Right.
Things that you are not sure, maybe like I said, I've got the privilege of talking to Coach Peter,
Yeah.
and then I still have privilege of just calling my ex-teammates.
Right.
The more ideas I have, I mean, it's better than only I can choose which one is good, which one is bad for my own application. So that's it. It's I always am happy to just share my experience with the boys.
Is there any specific examples that you can share with us on like a situation where your team needed like some kind of experience from you to step in, or your under 21 team?
Oh, like I told them maybe yesterday.
Uh-huh.
At 21, it's no more about being able to train with the SPL side and just going there and saying that, oh, I want this experience.
Sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
He's sitting and bench. It's no good. It's a matter of when you are there, if you need to kick someone to get that place, you have to do it. So I told them it's all about confidence now. I see what is lacking at Balestier is this self-confidence of players. So this is where, like this whole our backroom staff has agreed that we must push players to be very confident, to know that they are good players, to be able to play like how they want to play. Instead of just thinking that, oh, I'm in this club and this club is not always doing well. End of the day, it's not matter the club. It's you as an individual wanting to show what you can do for the club.
When you speak about confidence, is it something to do with like mental strength? Do you think, Firdaus, like youth players have that mental strength these days to make it as a top professional?
Yeah, I think the mental aspect is important. Okay, as a youth player, they need to grow on this part.
Right.
So, but it takes a lot of time. And I think as a coach, you need to do a lot of talking and a lot of encouragement to these players so they can reach that level where they are confident in the pitch and give their best. To actually work on mental is not easy.
Yeah, because everybody can play football, but like to play football professionally and the real competitiveness, it's a different.
So again, like a youth player is going up in SPL.
Correct.
Okay, so probably from Indra squad. I think we give example where I think Max. Okay, he did very well in under 21. So when he stepped up into in SPL, he will feel a bit nervous.
100%. It's completely.
So again, how to overcome that is you need to find ways. Okay, probably if you notice some players, okay, how they calm themselves down before the game is to listen to music.
Right.
It's because of the fan actually. You just adapt to the environment. Okay, that is one factor that you can follow. Okay, or probably other maybe like me during my time, if I want to calm myself down before a game, so probably I just think of something that can calm me down.
Okay, and what was your method?
Okay, so I feel that probably just an example like looking at picture of my parents. To make myself calm down.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that. So every players have different method.
You have to find that.
So they need to find that method how to keep themselves calm down and to reach their best performance in that match. So I feel that Max can give more than what I see in SPL.
On that point with the under 21 players, with you, coach, any other players that have made their breakthrough into the first team now, and then when they come back to the under 21 team, do you see that they've made a difference to the under 21 team?
I think Indra should be answering this question. I think
any player like who break through to the SPL came back to the under 21.
I mean, they've been training with the SPL's team. People like Irfan, Azrul, Iftika, you know,
Yeah.
yes, Kian is also on the bench now. Yeah, a few of them are
That's
playing the
quite a lot,
SPL. Yes,
Yeah.
quite a lot of them. So when they came down, I mean when they come down to the under 21s, I still really push them. So I told them,
But you see a difference, like
Yeah.
when they play, now they train and play with the SPL
yeah,
team, that's really
obviously,
come down now.
obviously they're a bit more confident. But then again, sometimes they think they are going down, and then they suddenly not do.
It's like,
They slack a bit. That's why I really push them. I told them that if you give me this kind of attitude, I will just tell Coach Peter next one you both don't change. You just train with the under 21s.
Right.
Yeah. So
You need to set down the laws a bit. You know,
correct.
yeah.
They cannot just train and then when they come down they slack a bit. There is no way you are able to do that, especially if I'm in charge of the team.
okay. So now questions time, and I think there's a lot of comments and
questions.
questions coming in. Ideal then, for Coach Phil, how's the preparation for under 15s UAE going, and who is the current captain?
Wow, good question. So I think ongoing preparation is good. Okay. I think with the NSG ongoing, I've invited. I think we have invited some players to be part of the trial, and even we have an open trial recently. I think before the Ramadan, we did one trial, and then now.
Is there any more trials coming up?
Yeah, any more trials?
I think for now, I already have called.
Alright.
I have to call my team. So probably I think I'm quite happy with the players I have. Okay, so I think this is the time for us as a coach to just develop them and see what is best from each individual and as a team. But if certain players may need to leave the team,
Right.
certain players may be able to progress. So again, that's football. Okay,
Right.
like Coach Indra said, we need to fight for our position. So again, we cannot be happy of our position.
They just made it to the
Yeah, not in our comfort zone. So we need to always explore and progress, and we need to always remind ourselves if we slack during the training, that someone will overtake our position. So for me, I already have the core. I already have the team. Now we are building up the team. We are arranging few friendly games, okay, ongoing, and then hopefully that we will be ready for our season. I think next month. Yeah, next
Interesting.
month.
All the best.
Yeah.
All the
Do you have a
best.
date already for the under 15?
I think we will start for under 17 and 15 will be I think end of May,
End of May.
where our under 21 will start I think next
25th.
yes next week.
Can the public come and see these under 15 games and under 17 games?
Yeah, normally if we play in the stadium, I think it's open for public
Right.
to watch
Okay.
and support
Right,
their,
right.
their teams. Yeah.
Okay. So our good old friend Leonard Tan is saying hi,
Hi,
Firdaus and Indra. What's for iftar today? Yeah, guys, what's for iftar today?
I guess today was rushing, so I think I just had some drinks and a cup of Milo and so.
His favorite drink. Is it your favorite drink?
I thought you normally drink water.
Yeah, that's why I said I drink water and then Milo.
Yeah, for me, I just had one bottle of water.
Alright, yeah.
And after this, I will rush back home and eat my late dinner.
All right.
Thanks, Leonard.
He also say hi, Ras and Kel. Hi, Leonard. Long time no see. Hope to see you at the game. Puan Andres Messi. How are you doing, Puan? First of all, hopefully wishing you a speedy recovery.
Right.
Coach Indra, what are your thoughts about Kian Gardenesi? I don't know if I pronounced his surname right here.
Who's that?
Kian Gardenesi.
Jared.
Jared Gadesi. Okay.
Gardenesi.
Gadesi.
Okay, must understand, Kian is only 17, 18 years old, and he's already in the under 21 squad, and he's already on the bench in the SPL side. So we must give credit to him.
Yeah.
I always have a dig at him during training. You know, if he doesn't score, like I said that until now he still cannot hit the ball. But then he's been working hard,
Right.
and not to forget, he's only 18 years old. So
Crazy, man.
yeah, physically very good, very fast. So I see a lot of potential in him. Just that I just hope that he doesn't waffle too much. You know, he keeps on talking. But then being a young player is good. You know, he asks questions, he wants to learn. So I'm happy that he is here, and I'm happy that I'm working with him.
Okay. Lingesh again. Both guys, any plans in the future to manage the SPL club? So that's question number one.
For me, honestly, I still prefer to work with a youth player. You know, I've never given a thought about working with a senior team. So basically, for me now, if you ask me now, I would stick with trying to develop youth players.
Okay.
And Firdaus?
Well, I think if you notice, they are not in the SPLC
Yes.
because I already spoken to the management. Okay, that I'm very comfortable with youth. So youth and professional is two different things. So that's why I think the management respect my decision. And then I all the while been working with the youth setup.
You said that.
Yeah.
Right.
So well for now, like I said, for now there's no interest for me to take the SPL team. I'm more keen on working with young players. Probably maybe 10 years time, 5 years time, okay, when I feel that I want to step up to SPL,
Right.
I think I need to stay up. I don't want to go back to
Yeah.
So that is decision making as a coach or as individual in the later part where I need to make decision.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. And also you've seen the world of SPL, being a former player,
Yeah.
professional player. How many years was that
You need,
as a professional player yourself?
I start when I'm 16 plus with Sengkang Punggol. Sengkang, I think Balestier Khalsa
Balestier
during that
Khalsa,
time.
yes.
Yes. I made a debut also during that time, I think 16 plus with Sembawang Rangers. But I stopped early because of my injury. So I stopped around 26. Then
So
I
about 10
years.
pursue in coaching. Yeah. So I think I played for 3 clubs. I played for Balestier Khalsa, then to first year Young Lion, and then Home United with Indra. We are teammates at Home United. Then back to Sengkang Punggol, then I retired from there. So once I retired from Sengkang Punggol, I pursue my career in coaching. Yeah.
Okay. Sharizan Omar is saying the two most talented coaches that my son have trained under, Coach Indra with LFC Academy and especially Coach Firdaus with Balestier Khalsa. I can see the great improvement, discipline and dedication from Irfan. Thank you, Coach, from Irfan Danish, under 15 Balestier Khalsa COE. Well, high praise for you.
I praise for you guys.
Again, it's good to hear.
Mike.
It's good to hear happy parents
Right.
compliment. Not, I don't feel happy to compliment me, but
Yeah.
it feels great that as a youth coaches, we see this improvement as
Right.
individual. So this is like something that really boosts us to work more harder and to create or improve young players in Singapore.
Okay. Lingesh again. Hi coaches, I've brought this subject about companies individually sponsoring one player, bracket adopt a youth player over here, UK. He's actually
In the UK.
Yeah. They actually set targets for them like number of goals, number of clean sheets, number of first team start, etc. But this is agreed with the youth coach on the targets. Will you welcome such an approach and willing to work with stakeholders? Anyone can answer this. Open to anyone.
I guess first time I've been asked this kind of question.
Yeah.
It's always, how do I feel after scoring against Manchester United? So I mean, it's a good thing, you know, something new for me. And this is a challenge rather than the same old
I just
question.
want to ask you one question before you answer that. Like, does any of your youth players know that you have done that?
Yeah. Do
Like,
they know that you
were
play?
they born yet or they were just like kids? I think.
I think some of them will know.
Some of them.
Some of them, parents.
Oh, I told them.
Those who support Man U, just
Yeah,
ignore
yeah. Like us, though, we just ignore sometimes.
I mean, it's a good idea what Lingesh brought up. You know, then again, this one has got to go into like really
Yeah.
real details.
Yeah,
So
corporate have to be involved.
yeah, so for me, if it's good for the youth, then I'm all for it. But if there is a negative effect to it, then I think we better not get into that.
Because they might get big headed.
Correct.
Yeah.
We never know. Like you
There's
said,
a pros and cons.
correct. Yeah, especially at youth, it's better to see them improve individually, on the field, off the field, than rather have all this and then off the field they get wicked stuff. Yeah.
True.
Okay. This next one is for Coach Firdaus. Mike Mann is saying, hi Coach Firdaus, does players deserve to be released from the club without any reason?
Wow, I think that is
Controversial.
Very controversial.
rather controversial or a bit personal.
Yeah.
So I think, no, obviously, as a youth coaches or everywhere you go, I think, especially dealing with youth, I think we need to have explanation of that, why they are left out from the team and why they not make it in the team. I think we need to give explanation on that. I think just to be fair on that, and I think as a coach also we need to be really frank on this player.
Correct.
Because at the end of the day, when you want to play for club, we want the best player. And if you keep a player who can't make it in the club, okay, then not only the team lose out, but he himself as an individual will lose out,
Right.
and feel small in the team.
Right.
So again,
Can
like,
I just,
yeah,
can I just add? It's always this question about when I don't get selected. Sometimes I don't know. This is how I feel. I may be wrong. People might find me a bit vulgar, or. But then again, they must ask themselves, what have they done for themselves to show that the club should keep them? When I was playing, came 45 minutes earlier, left half an hour later. Are they still doing the same now, or are they just like 5 minutes before training they come, and then straight away after finish they go off? Or they just send message and say, Coach, today MC. So, I mean, if MC sometimes, if true cases, then if real cases, then we cannot say anything. But I have seen quite a few, in a youth setup that I think these things need to change. I know it is hard to accept that you are being released from the clubs, but sometimes you must not have this emotional attachment to thinking that, don't worry, the club next year will sure keep me. But then individually, I don't do anything for myself. I don't try to push myself in training, outside of training. So, I mean, this is how I feel. Like I said, some people may get offended, but this is how I feel.
But I think the question here, I think what I was trying to say was, I think so that, is there any explanation that when you I think it's always good for especially youth players, when you let them go, you must let them know how, why, and then also okay, what to work on themselves, right?
I think every year I've been gone through all this,
Okay.
especially at under 15 level. We need to really find a good talent to keep up so they can make it to SPN.
Correct.
That is our main target as a youth coach.
Yeah.
So again, sometimes we are human beings, sometimes we make bad decisions.
Yeah.
But like I said, explanation is a must
Correct.
to a youth.
At least it's a feedback.
So
to
like
the youth
I
player.
said, if you come to me and I said, okay, I don't say that you are not good enough for the
Yeah.
team. I said that, well, we only can select 25 players. Obviously,
Yeah.
if I can select all of you to be part of the team and develop you all, I would love to do it.
100%.
And even I invite some players who are not able to make it now to join my training because I don't want to lose out talent.
Correct.
So again, for those who really can't make it, I said, okay, it's better for you to train with your school or your academy, okay, and try to come back again, maybe mid-year or end of the year or following year to try out again. Because like I said, okay, at young age, probably we don't see their real potential, their real, whether they are ready for this under 15 squad.
Correct.
So again, like I said, always encourage player Don't get disheartened when you've been dropped. Okay, keep going, go back to your school, go back to your academy, or keep on practicing, and then try again the next year.
Right.
And hopefully that you can make it to the club level.
Yeah.
And also, just to add on that point, I think it's also about personal. Well, you mentioned bad decision. It's also a matter of perspective.
Correct.
Because every individual has their own perspective, the way they see things, the way they judge a player, and what they feel is right or not right. Because we've seen a lot of examples of players that maybe they were at one club, they got rejected, then they work on themselves, suddenly become a really
good player, great player.
Yeah, great player. This kind of things happen. It's normal. So don't take it personally.
Especially when young players.
Yeah.
You know, young players.
Some are late bloomers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now maybe they're not too good, but in a few years' time, you never know, right? So moving on again, more questions. I think it's all coming up. Lingesh asking again, do you guys do any scouting? Sometimes there are able players in other sports, not necessary to just those who turn up for trials. These sleeping giants that need extracting. So do you basically is asking, do you do scouting of players from?
Yeah, Firdaus.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that.
Yeah, we
But
mentioned that.
do you do this kind of scouting? This
Active
probably
scouting
thinking
From other sport,
outside the
aside from
box, yeah.
football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
Like I
that's
said, for now,
transferable skills
especially in
from sports.
secondary school,
Okay.
if you are in football CCA, probably you will spend almost every day in your school CCA for football.
Yeah.
So I did have one player is not playing football in their school, but he's in athletic, for example.
Oh,
Okay.
So he probably trained 2 times or 1 times a week with the school. So he have more times to come for football training. So that is the advantage when they are in different CCA.
Correct.
If they are in the same CCA, we need to share the players with the school and the club.
Correct.
So that is again how we manage and how we discuss with the school coaches how to release this player and when you can use this player in school and when I can use it in club. So this
Not
is
easy, yeah.
every year challenge for a youth coach now.
It's like a tug of war. It's like you give me that.
yeah. And then those that are part of academies as well outside.
Yeah.
So there's a third tug of war.
Yeah, it's
But
like
I think nowadays kids, their involvement outside is really super packed, almost 24/7.
24/7.
Yeah, so for young players, I always encourage try to look after them.
Yeah. Don't get burned out, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Burned out is wrong.
Okay. Fast Adi is saying, Coach Phil really good in taking care of the youth. I still remember JCOE Temp from
It was
Tampines.
a long time ago.
All the best, Coach Phil.
Thanks, Masadi.
Justin Ng is saying, Coach handsome. Coach Firdaus handsome.
Which
Wow, thank you. What a compliment.
Justin Ng. Rihanna Nur Haizal. Hi, Coach Phil and Coach Indra. How do you think your team will fare this season? And where will your respective teams stand at the end of the season? Yes, Coach Indra, can you show me the tiger kick?
I need to demonstrate.
What is a tiger kick? Do we have to shift the
I just have a feeling this is somebody I know. It must be Hazel.
It's Justin, is it?
No, Rihanna.
Rihanna Hazel.
I think must be related to Hazel, our physio sports trainer.
It's Hazel.
Oh, it's Hazel.
Okay.
Okay. To be honest, I already spoke to the under 21 team. The goal for them is actually, if we win, it's a bonus. But the goal for them is actually to see more of them in the SPL side, being on the bench or breaking through to the first team. That is the main goal for the under 21 team. Yeah.
And also, there's some difficulties as well in the under 21 league, right? Because you have senior players that can play in the under 21 league. Is that right?
Yes, correct. I think 3 of them from the SPL side can come down and play with the under 21 team.
So sometimes you could have some loop-sided teams that are really strong.
Yeah, like I said, it doesn't matter for me. It's more about individual qualities and individual understanding of the game. The 21s are playing almost exactly what the first team is playing. So if they get to step up, it's not going to be a big jump or it's not going to be a big surprise for them because the playing style is all the same. Yeah.
Okay. So for yourself, Coach Phil, what's your expectations for your team this season?
Okay, again, as a coach, the expectation is always we want to win every game. Okay, but I said winning is not everything. Okay, especially dealing with youth. Okay, we at the age of 15, I think we really want more emphasize on their technical aspect, their commitment towards training. I think that aspect we need to look at rather than the result itself. But obviously, if we can get the result, we can get all the aspect that we are looking at, it will be good. Okay, so when you turn to 17, it's like you need to have that aspect and winning
Playing to
mentality.
win, yeah.
Yeah. So again, when you go to 21, it's all about winning. But again, our target in the club is how much player from 15 we can bring up to 17.
Correct.
And 17 to bring up to 21, and how much Indra can push few players to break into SPR. That I think is a great achievement for us as a coach and to the club.
Okay. And a question for you on having a player, having a coach with vast playing experience like Indra.
Yeah.
How valuable is it to have in your coaching setup?
Obviously, we are very happy to have Indra on board. Okay, as a coaching staff. Okay, like I said, obviously during the playing time we don't need to say about Indra. I think most of us love to see him on the pitch scoring goals. Okay, so I hope as a coach now he can pass that experience and that scoring touch to his play. Okay, and in order to create more local striker.
Yeah.
I think we are lacking lacking of a local striker here. So hopefully with that, I think Indra can help on that. Really that forward to groom that forward and have local players to score more goals for six.
Speaking about local strikers, comes to mind, right? Other than the Fundy brothers, which other players you see like those local strikers up and coming? Any names that you know coming up in the scene, under 21 scene, local strikers? Because if you think about it, I'm really thinking about it. Other than the Fundy brothers who are that age, they are good.
Yeah, I think now if we just look at Jordan.
Jordan. Okay.
Jordan was with me when he's 14
Okay.
with Balestier. I think that year we won the cup
Okay.
for Balestier for you. So I think that is the great example for me to just compare.
Okay.
Probably for Jordan, I think he can play various positions.
Yeah.
But for me, that time he played midfielder because
Right.
he's strong, he's huge, he's able to shoot from far. So I feel that during that point of time, I think
Right.
he's good at that position. But for now, looking at him playing up front,
He's
well,
even
for me
better.
is I think his advantage for Jordan is because he's huge.
Right.
He's huge and he can be a number 9 as a target man.
Right.
So if you can use him well as a number 9,
Right.
it will be a good advantage. And hopefully this coming season he can
Do
do
well.
something for Singapore.
Very interesting to see this. Any thoughts in your mind, Indra? Any upcoming strikers? You know, any names?
No, honestly, I don't.
It's okay. Very honest feedback from Indra himself.
Let it again. Coach Phil and Coach Indra, what were the best memories in your coaching careers or playing career?
Well, playing, obviously, when I was at Home United, playing under Steve W, I guess that one of those best memories I had. Then the national team was with under Reddy.
Yeah.
Basically, that's it. If you ask me about coaching, I think this is my first year being in a professional setup. So I'm still learning the trade. So we'll see how it goes.
Yourself, Coach?
Yourself?
Like for me, I said as a player, every year is
As a player and as a coach.
as a player, every year trying to do my best. And I think I enjoy my moment during my playing time. Whether it is from Marine Castle, from Young Lion, is from Home United. I think good journey for me as a player. As a coach, I think the memories is, I think every year, if we develop players and players going up from another level to another level and straight away to SPL, I think is a big, I think, achievement for us. And that is what we want to see as a coach.
Right. Speaking about that, this staying on that topic, do you have, being a head of youth, do you have like a KPI that you have to meet every year for a certain number of players to transition into different age groups?
Yeah, like I think from our management itself, okay, as much as possible, if we can have 10 players or 20 players or the whole squad to promote to SPL will be good. But I said we must be realistic, okay, on our target.
Yeah.
Okay, I think for now.
But do you set yourself a target? Like, okay, I'm gonna do like 5 players will go up today.
Like for this year, I think last year, like Coach Indra said, okay, Hari's been, he have a good team, okay, and he have a good players, okay, but this player need times. So I think it's already 1 year with the club, another year with Coach Indra, hopefully with different coach where Coach Haris have his own strength, and Coach Indra has his own strength to build the player, individual player. Hopefully with these two coaches under their coaching, they will improve as a player and make it to SPL in future.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Lingesh got a long question. Lingesh is on fire. Where to go?
That's it.
Weird question. But for youth teams training here, I see they actually get parents involved voluntarily, helping set up goals, markers, setting up water points. These are for young kids, young teens team. Would you welcome volunteers like that for the COE under 15 and for the under 21 team? Will you need volunteers to help out? And if so, do you welcome so? So for the both of you, do you need
more volunteers?
Yeah, like parents of coaches, parents of players coming down to volunteer, help you out. Not in coaching, but just to help.
I think for my
They will stand there and become coach.
I think for my under 21 team, I don't think it will happen. You know, most of them are quite independent.
Right.
Yeah, and on my side, I still have coaches around. I still have the backroom staff to help me out. And nowadays, the boys themselves knows what to do. They come in, they bring out the ball. Sometimes they pump the ball. You know, so nothing much.
Automatic.
It's already an automatic thing for them to do. So it makes my job a bit easier. So I just concentrate on the game, on the training session.
Sorry, I have a question. So talking about parents coming to the game and stuff, we all see parents, very passionate about football, right? Especially those parents,
Or they know it. They know it all.
They know it all. Have you ever encountered like parents? You are giving instructions A on the pitch, and then during the game, the parents is also giving another instructions to their player.
Probably under
15.
Probably
You say you got to go. The parents say no.
No, I think we seen a lot.
Yes.
Okay.
What was the funniest one?
But especially when it comes to my team,
Right.
I always treat the players and even the parents like one big family.
Right.
So we need to respect each other. So to make it clear, if for those parents who supporting their kids or their son, okay, in under 15 Balestier Khalsa, I always encourage them to watch their kids. But it's good to give moral support, to give motivation to their kids. But again, we have a coach in the team. So respect the coach's decision. What I want from the parents is to just give motivation. Try not to get any involvement in coaching.
Okay. But
So
have you seen any parents?
Yeah, obviously, there's parents out there who are giving instruction,
Yeah.
who's asking players to shoot at goal.
Yeah.
It's like playing PS. So I think we should avoid all this.
Yeah.
We should be more professional, and the main thing is to let the players itself make decision in the game.
Right.
Then their kids will groom from them, rather than the parents itself giving instruction outside. And even as a coach, we don't do that, giving instruction, because everything to be done in training.
Right.
So in the game, we just giving them, motivate them, and try to let them play what we've been training in the training ground. That's most important.
Okay, just one last question before we get to Sarah segment. Sarah, are you ready? Get ready. So this question is from Jaden Low. Coach Firdaus, how hard was it when you started your coaching career?
For me, I'm a person who always take one thing at a time and follow step by step. So when I get injured, I took my C license, okay, with when I was in Sengkang Punggol, okay. So after I had my C license, the next year I think I retired from football. Once I retired from football, then I start coaching with school. So I think I start coaching with school for 5 years, where there's offer and friends who are saying to me that come here, go to club level. But for me, like I said, I don't like to jump very fast. I would like always to experience myself and learn from below, slowly climb up and try as my best to develop myself as a coach. So from school level,
So you
I
built
say
your way
away,
from
from school level, I step up to from school secondary. After secondary, I go to JC football. And after JC football, after 5 years of school coaching, I went into club coaching, where I start with Woodland Wellington.
Okay.
For 1 season, and then the next season, I think I went to Balestier Khalsa. So I think for this year is my 10th year with Balestier Khalsa.
Wow. Nice. Then, which was your first school that you coached?
I was Fuchun Secondary School.
Also in the north.
Yeah, in the north, in Woodland area.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Sarah, you ready?
this is about the
Yeah. Sarah.
substitution.
Substitution. Kelvin out. Sarah. Sim in. Okay, so Sarah, please.
Hello.
Okay, let me pass you the mic, but please tell them what Sarah segment is about today.
Hello, everybody. So today we'll be doing 2 truths and 1 lie. So basically, you have to come up with 3 facts of yourself. 2 will be the truth. 2 will be true. Then 1 will be the lie. So you have to figure out which is the lie.
So one coach comes out one thing, the other one has
Yeah.
to guess.
Answer.
Okay.
Understand? Do you want me to do example?
Yeah, example.
Okay, first one. I am a girl. I work for Balestier Khalsa. My father used to play in Balestier Khalsa. Which one is the lie?
The third one.
No, my father used to play.
The first one. The first one.
Correct, the first one is a lie. I'm not a girl. No, but yeah, last one is the lie. So something like that lah.
They start from.
Okay. Who wants to start first?
Okay, I start.
Indra, you can Google you, careful.
Okay, my first club was Home United.
Someone?
No,
You
someone.
have to say all 3.
I scored against Liverpool. I got injured. I injured my ACL at the National Stadium.
Which one is the lie?
No, how many lies?
One.
One
lie.
lie.
You don't like
Two.
all liar.
All liar.
You are liar.
2 truth and 1 lie.
Lie.
Yeah? Okay. 2 truth. Okay.
Okay, balik.
I injured my ACL at the National Stadium.
True.
My first club was Home United.
True. No.
Okay, let's say the third one first.
I have total of 3 kids.
This
That one is a lie.
So I tell the answer.
Yeah, we'll tell which one is the
Okay.
lie.
I did my ACL at the National Stadium.
Okay.
But my first club was Police SC.
Police FC.
So the third one is a lie.
The last one, I got 3 kids.
Yes.
No,
Yes,
this year
also
she
the-
did.
the second one.
Second. Okay.
Actually, in theory, it was also correct lah, because Police FC
Yeah.
was before Home United. Yeah, but
Yeah lah.
you play on the technicalities. So very different.
Okay, your turn.
Okay,
Two truth and one lie, yeah?
Macam everything you want to lie.
because I always tell the truth. Okay, I retired at the age of 26.
No,
Wait,
continue. Why you say you're not like him?
I'm taking under 15 team this year. I was with the club for 20 years.
I mean, obviously the first two was true lah. The last one was a lie.
That's why easy for you lah. That's it.
No, because every time you tell the truth, you look at him.
Yeah.
Then the lie, you do away.
Yeah, anyway, I always tell the truth. So it's very difficult for me to tell lie. So it's something new for us lah about this.
Okay, now second round, make it harder.
Okay,
Okay, maybe you go first.
same thing.
Yes, second
I
round.
have to be harder.
Harder.
Do the young first. Young
Yeah.
people like after this.
Lie.
Very hard for us to lie.
Okay,
Ramadan, how to lie.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so can we just do the
Ramadan,
young?
I cannot lie.
Ramadan, how to lie.
Sarah
Okay,
making
okay,
them sing.
okay.
That's why my
Yeah.
working.
Okay, just now you do 2 lies, 1 truth. So you find out which is the truth.
Two
So
lies.
you change.
Okay.
Okay, 2 lies, 1 truth. You have to find out which one is true.
Two lies, one truth. Okay.
Okay, something. Let's just say something.
Okay. Actually, I'm single,
Okay.
and
Are you sure you want to say? Are you sure we are live, you know?
I just want to test my mind.
You can test me, but people at home.
Okay, I'm single. I think I don't stay in Singapore. And
Tonight you're sleeping on the couch. Which one is the truth? Number 3.
I'm a loving husband.
Which one is the truth?
Really contradicting. Now single, after that lagi
That's why.
This one you to cover yourself.
Yeah, that's why.
You say you
So the first two lie, the last one true lah.
So, say now, what is it?
loving
The
husband.
loving husband is the
Yeah,
truth.
obviously, I'm a loving husband.
Very smart. He like
Yeah.
he's got
So at
he's got
least
control and he's got
today I can go back home. Yeah.
Okay. I'm staying in Johor Bahru.
That one you know.
I don't have a house in Singapore. How many truths? How many lies?
one truth.
One only truth.
Only one truth.
Two lies.
And I take public transport.
Number one.
Which one is the truth?
True. Number one.
Only one truth. Yeah, you have to pick
Number
one.
two.
Number one lah. Number one is the truth.
He stays in.
I stay in JB. Right? So I have a house in Singapore.
Okay.
So
But you stay in JB.
Okay.
Okay.
Some more.
This has got to be the toughest
Yeah.
game I think they both of them trying to play each other. I've
Mine
never
is,
seen
Run out of
people.
time with all.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep it short. Okay, we test 2 phrases. So this is the Gen Z phrase. Not phrase, but like words.
It's different.
Okay? So, sorry. So, the first word is slay. You know what is slay?
of course, My daughter just draw something on a piece of paper. It was she drew something and then she put there slay bestie.
What do you
does it
think that
mean?
means?
What does it?
It's like a cool kind of thing, right? Sort of lah. That's what I get.
Yeah, lah.
Alright.
I mean,
Yeah.
what does it mean, Sarah?
Okay, you all don't know how it means, what it means yet, but like, how would you use it with what you think it is?
No, I think maybe like you see like your friend do something cool or whatever, you say, oh, you damn slay. Correct?
Is that right?
I don't know. We are the same
I'm
generation.
also I'm equally blur.
Because I always speak to my youngest daughter. Yeah, so she shared with me all this.
Yes.
Don't ask me about Korean and J-pop because I know
Oh,
a
that one
lot.
I also don't know.
Because I know a lot.
You know a
Oh,
lot.
you know?
Yeah, of course. My wife big fan. My daughter also big fan. Yeah. So I know quite a lot.
I ask you about P. Ramlee.
But somehow that social media quite good. You know,
So what does it mean?
slay means like it's kind of like a compliment now. So like whenever someone looks good, okay, slay. Outfit looks nice, outfit slay.
So I can use that to the player now.
Yeah.
You're
Shot,
playing so slay, man.
slay.
Shot and
Kick, slay, slay.
I use that word, but the player don't understand.
They confirm understand. Okay, okay.
Next one for you.
One more,
last one,
last
okay.
one. Okay, fast one. So you know the brand Gucci, right?
Gucci.
So now some people lah they use all Gucci. What does that mean? What do you think that means?
Oh, Gucci. All good.
Eh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Good job.
Yeah, obviously.
All Gucci.
All Gucci.
Yes.
It's like
Yeah.
bit Japanese, huh?
Yeah.
Huh? Is it bit Japanese?
Yes. Huh?
Japanese? What?
Japanese? No, I don't know.
It's like all Gucci. Okay, yeah.
Good job.
Alright.
Okay.
Very good. Very good.
Okay.
So you have to keep it short. You have to go back to eat.
Yeah, certainly. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, so let's just wrap up the show. I think there are other questions. Leonard, no quick fire this time. We changed the setup of the show. Quick fire question is something last season we used to ask.
Yeah.
So just like what favorite.
But we
food?
did play with Indra and all his answers was like water.
Yeah, we did. That was in our other
Oh
show.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, wait. One more last question.
Oh, last one.
That was wanted me to ask. Who is your favorite actress?
Favorite actress.
Good question.
The time he said, ask who is your
I
favorite.
said, don't ask this.
Oh, don't ask.
Oh, don't.
In the day, she was like, ask this question. So, but now she asked that who's your favorite actress?
Saloma. If you
Saloma,
know Piramli,
yeah.
you know Saloma, right?
Yeah.
So Saloma.
Saloma, old school.
Saloma.
One of
Wherever you are,
his
God bless
ex-wife.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
So it's from the black and white.
We weren't there.
Okay.
Don't say I was there. Okay, alright guys. Thanks a lot for all your questions and support during the show, and also to the coaches as well, Indra and Firdaus. Good luck for your respective teams this season. Nice meeting you both, Indra again and Firdaus for the first time. He's literally been in the shadows, been here for 10 years.
10 years.
We've been here maybe about a year already, and we've never met him until today. So yeah. So without further ado, that's us signing out. Ras, Kel, Chow, Sarah as well. Peace out. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And yeah, Selamat Hari Raya, Eid Mubarak to all those celebrating in
Thank you.
the end of this week. Yeah. Cheers.